Hello everyone, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in once again. On today's vehicle showcase, we have for you a Ford F-150 responder upfitted for the North Hopewell Township Police Department. And we're going to start by going over the emergency warning and aftermarket additions that we have added to this vehicle. We can start with the front at the push bar, which is the Weston push bumper. This is integrating in that top channel the two wheel-in ions, red and blue, alternating back and forth there. And it's also integrating the headlight wraps that you see protecting the headlights. The two ions that we have in that channel are in sync with the wheel-in T-ion duos, red and blue on either side of the push bar. Very nice surface mount, universal product that we use very often. At the top of the vehicle, for 360 warning, we have the wheel-in Senator Duo light bar on the 54-inch platform. And right now you see it alternating back and forth, half bar, red and blue. This is actually a park program that we have set up for that light bar. It being a weekend device, we can program a multitude of functionality with it and the HHS 4206 that we have installed in this vehicle. So you'll see a different flash pattern in response mode, but when the vehicle is in a response mode and then going into park, you'll get this slower alternating flash pattern, much less distracting for passersby and the officer on scene. We can cruise around the side of the vehicle and get a good look at the additions that we have for the vinyl graphics. Our market graphics team did a great job here. This is a really unique graphics package, almost a quarter wrap what you see here. Very interesting design and color scheme. Definitely an eye catcher. And as we make our way back to the rear of the vehicle, a small American flag addition there. Dial 911 at the rear quarter. And lastly, on the tailgate, we have that color matched chevron pattern on the gate itself. Again, with some North Hopewell Township Police verbiage at the bottom. Warning for the rear, taillight flashers are active. Brake and reverse function will override that flash. And then we also have the two wheel-in T-ions on the tailgate itself, alternating there, red and blue. Addition at the rear of the vehicle, we have the decked truck bed storage system. We had a decent amount of rain today, the reason why we're inside, but got most of the vehicle dried off, but I did want to leave the decked system wet. It's going to give us a really good idea of how this unit functions, it being an all-weather system, essentially. A lot of trucks will have a tonneau cover or a cap. This can be used in an exposed bed. So we have two drawers, pull out, simple function, and if you take a peek inside, you can see that it's completely dry. It's been exposed to several hours of decent, heavy rain. And also, we have some storage here, what they describe as ammo cans. These are not fully weatherproof, how they do describe it. However, if we take a look in there, the only condensation that had gotten in there is basically from the lid when I took it off. All right, we're going to carry on into the interior of the vehicle, and we'll start with the rear and the prisoner containment area. And what we have for product here, starting with the door, you'll see that we have the ProGuard steel window bars. And the way that these trucks are provided to us from the factory, they do come with the window switch and the plunger for the lock installed. There is no delete option for that. So what we do for the client is we actually take the switch out and we keep it connected to its electrical connector inside the door, secure it so it's not rattling around, and then provide a powder-coated aluminum plate where that switch would normally live. We can't simply disconnect the switch because that would actually disable the function of the window itself. Remove the plunger, and then inside At the rear window, we have a rear window guard provided by ProGuard. So that is a poly guard protecting the glass with a steel frame. And then separating the first from the second row, we have the ProGuard recess panel partition, center sliding window. That recess panel providing us a location to mount gun locks. And we can cruise to the front and go over console equipment and others that we have up there. All right, folks, in the front of the F-150 now, we will go over the aftermarket equipment that we have installed here. Beginning with the console, as we typically do, provided by Havas, we have the 24-inch long, 10-inch high box console. Equipment starting at the top, the rotary knob variant, which is the HHS 4206 from Whelen. 8 buttons across the top, rotary knob siren with the slide selector, and we do have traffic advisor function, the bottom 3 buttons. Just below that, customer supplied radios. Passenger side of the console, we have a small flashlight charger connected. And at the rear of the console, we have 2 side-mounted armrests along with the internal cup holders. In the recess panel, 2 Santa Cruz gun locks, XL cuffs. It's a universal application. You can fit a multitude of weapons in those. And that'll wrap up the interior. We can cruise onto some functionality and wrap this video up. Okay, folks, for functionality, we'll start at the rear of the vehicle, and we can start with the light bar, and we'll do some traffic advisor function, center out, left arrow, right arrow. We also have a corner function, so minimizing some of the light heads that are active in the light bar, just the corners there, and they are alternating back and forth. Minimal flashing for low presence. Position 1 slider, that's going to activate our rear warning. And the flash pattern that you see on the light bar is a little bit faster than what you were seeing. So if we go to position 3, since we are in park, we're going to get that alternating slow half bar back and forth pattern. Position 1 gives us a little bit more of an aggressive pattern, adding some amber flashing in there. And we can come around to the front. And we'll move to position 2, which will add our front red and blue warning. So position 2 giving us that slower pattern on the light bar. We go to position 3, out of park. You're going to see that we get headlight flashers active, and we also get white flashing in the light bar active. So this is a priority response, slide position 3, move to park, hands free, killing that white flashing, killing the siren, and slowing the light bar pattern down. Scene functions, we have takedown, left alley, right alley, and we also have a scene button, which is going to activate all of our steady burn white lighting in the light bar. Again, we'll go back to that corner flash, give you an idea of what that looks like from the front. Low power function in the light bar. And that's going to wrap up our functionality on this truck that we have programmed and set up on this HHS 4206. All right, everyone, thanks again for tuning in. Nate here with 911 Rapid Response signing out. And please stay tuned for our next showcase. Plenty more content to come. Check out our Facebook page, our Instagram page. And remember, if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at 717-473-3843. Thanks again for tuning in and have a great day.